What are you looking at? Don't be with the pony. Well, this hydrant broke well, it was right in the middle of this winter sometime. And it's finally, weather got nice enough to where I think I'll try fixing it. So this is either going to go really good, or this could go horribly wrong. And I was going to try to fix this without digging it up. There, I think I have it so you can see without such a glare. Here's the bolt I put in here to hold the rod down, and it had enough pressure in it that it needed a stopper, and that's what this is for, to push that rod back down. I have the water turned off from the main source to this building, so hopefully there's no real pressure here. Let's see how this all works, or if I'm just going to end up with a big geyser here. Hopefully the water is shut off to this building and doesn't leak by. Those old valves that are in the ground that you turn on and off are usually not holding 100%, so there may be a trickle of water here. This bushing here has a seal that goes around that little rod that goes down into the ground. Let's see if I can get that out with this wrench. Might have to go get a real wrench for this. Yeah, I better get a real wrench. I'm going to round that off. I'll be back. Okay, I got a box end wrench here. Oh, I might need some help here. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Awesome. I wanted to take this bushing out so it doesn't grab that shaft inside there while I'm trying to spin this off the pipe here. So hopefully this will let us know if it's leaking by, as if I can grab this shaft that's in here. No, I still can't grab it enough to pull it up. So you see that in there? Let's see if I can move you in there. But yeah, that's where it broke off, is down inside there. So now I can't turn the water on and off. So I'm going to see if I can replace this rod. Hopefully I'll have enough shaft there to turn the water back on and off. Alright, we're going to see if I can break this loose. I did put some kind of penetrating oil on there. I can grab it without knocking everything around here. Hey, chicken. There, it bit onto the pipe. Let's see if we can get the head to turn. Ooh, I didn't think this was going to be easy, but I'm going to have to get help. Well, I'll try putting a little heat to this. I don't want to heat the head up so much it actually wrecks the seal in there, but I got a rebuild kit. I guess if I need to put new seals in there, I will. Sure, and everything was quiet in here until I started talking, and now the chickens are just starting to talk. burnt the paint off pretty good, so I'm thinking it's fairly hot here. I'll try turning it once. Try to do this without burning myself real bad. There we go. Whew. So hopefully I didn't wreck the seal in the ground, so I don't have to dig up that valve in the ground. Like I said, now this here could be really good or really bad. Awesome. There we go. Okay. So this one hasn't been repaired before, so I think I might be able to just get a longer piece of rod for this, because it'll unscrew from here hopefully. But then as long as I'm here, I'm going to try putting a seal in the ground. If I got one. Well, it looks like I'm in luck. I do have somewhat of a rebuild kit left for this type of hydrant. And I do have a new rubber stopper for it, so I think I'm going to put that on since I got everything apart. So that part should be pretty much good to go. Am I in your way? There we go. Looks like it's pretty close to the same thing. Big, same size. Tad different. So as long as I didn't wreck between this pipe and the valve in the ground, I think I'll be all right. Like that valve in the ground shouldn't have turned, but if it did and it cracked the line that comes into it, well then I'll have to dig it up. But if it didn't, I think I'll be good to go. So we'll just replace this here next. I think I'll need another vice grip. I don't think I have anything out here small enough for this project. Okay, now let's see if this will unscrew. Still in the frame. There we go. I don't know if I can do it. Here. Grab another wrench. I think it's coming apart. I know I got it broke loose. I spun it a couple different times, different directions. Oh, see, there's a hard spot again. Try to clean them threads out. Oh, there it went. So yeah, you go one way and then back the other way. Clean them threads out. There we go. So yeah. There. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. I had grabbed some other overhaul kits that I had on the shelf here. And actually, I do believe I have the right one here. So the first one I showed you was a little different. But this one here, yeah, looks a lot more like what we had there. Yep, that's the direct replacement. So looks like we're good to go. It wasn't real wore out, but if I've got it all apart, I'm just as well put in a new one. I don't think I'll need to put a wrench on there to tighten that. As long as I don't turn the shaft while it's in the ground, I shouldn't have a real big problem. I'll have to go look for a part here. So now I will finish rebuilding the valve. And here is the appropriate kit for this valve. And the fairly local home center with the big orange logo on it, home center, had it. So they actually delivered it next day for me. And I got 4 of these kits cheaper through them than I would have the actual, what you'd call the manufacturer's representative or a valve supplier. This is an Everbuilt brand. You may have different, but and this happens to be the kit for it. And the part that had broke was this brass line and this brass rod. Yep, threads right in here. I may have to take a little care to clean those threads out so I don't strip the brass off, because it's brass going into steel. And then should be able to put new seals in the valve head and put it back together. Okay, I couldn't find a tapped, that's the correct size, but I'm just going to spray a little penetrating oil on the right size thread bolt here, and I'm going to screw that in there and see if that'll help clean out some of the thread. Back and kind of run it like a poor man's tap and die set. Right size wrench. I don't suppose I brought the right wrench out for this. Oh yeah, I did. It's just rusty. There we go. I'll just turn it in a little ways and turn it back out until it bottoms out, I guess. Or just need to clean out enough threads for the brass. I don't want the brass threads to get stripped off. Yeah, it's not too bad. Everybody got fed, but they hear me talking and they want to say something back there. There we go, that's the bottom of the threads. That should be clean enough. I don't want to turn the rod inside the valve down below if I can help it and wear it out any faster. So I think I have it good to go here. Okay. Here's the actual replacement brass piece that goes in there. So I put this in here and I put the valve back together. Should be the correct length and everything. You don't want to scratch this up too much because that actually has to slide through seals. But if you grab it up towards the top, you shouldn't be in too bad a shape. If you do put a little bit of scar in there, you should be able to sand it off if it doesn't slide through the seal. Yeah, it's going to work. You shouldn't have to tighten it real tight. And you can see I made just a little bit of an indentation on there, but as long as there's no sharp edges on it when it first goes through the seal, you should be okay. I think that's probably tight enough. And there's no real scratches on that. And I'll show you how this works here. Like I said, if it isn't real sharp on the top, it shouldn't hurt the seals any. But you definitely don't want to mar it up in this area because that's where it slides through the seal and you want that to be nice and smooth. So you want to make sure the valve is seated completely closed when you do this part. That way you know when you put the handle on, it's going to be in the right position for when you assemble it in the closed position. I'm going to clean those threads up a little bit. I do have a pipe threader that size. You shouldn't have to even use the handle for this part. You just spin it on there by hand just to make sure them threads are nice and clean. You don't want to cut any new ones. Yeah, that should be bottomed out. And we're just cleaning the threads a little bit. There's a little bit of a knob in there somewheres, but pipe thread tape on there. Slide it through the faucet and get everything nice and centered. Get it started by hand nice. Turn the pipe wrench around so it'll grab against it. Turn it as much as I can by hand. Again, you want to watch the pipe, make sure it's not turning in the ground. Let's see. That little lock is in the way when a guy needs to get on it from that direction. Up against the wall here, I'll have to push and not pull. This is the final turn. Let's see if I can get it to go where I want it to go. Okay. Let's see if I can go just a little bit more. That way it's turned so I can get the buckets underneath it too. I better quit. I think the bucket will fit under there. That's the big thing. Yeah. All right. Next step shows putting the O-rings in place. And yeah, the directions show 2. So, put 2 in. Okay, just kind of got them started in there. Okay, I just went in and charged up the battery. My spare was dead also, so I had to take a bit of a break. So, now we can get back at this. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'm going to put this part together. Just kind of hang them on there, and I'll grab the handle. Oh. Okay. Make sure you still can see. There we go. Put them on. Bolt out of my pocket. There we go. I suppose you could see with my hands in the way, but anyway. Put the bolt through the hole this way so you can see it. There we go. And the way we got it now should be off. So let's give us a little tension here. go like such. I'll grab a wrench here, and then we'll snug this up. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see how tight we got it in the ground here. Okay. We can't go down any further, so that's alright. So that's seated in the ground. So then you just want to go about halfway down. See where that is. Oh, see, it doesn't lock. You want to make it so it locks when it comes down. So there we go. Just a light little pressure there so it locks in place so the handle can't pop back up. And see if we can lift it out of the ground. Okay. It's going up and down, and I don't have the seal set in there yet. Not real tight, but at this point I think we should be able to turn the water back on. And this is going to be the fun part. I am going to leave you guys in charge of this, and you holler if it starts spraying all over. I'm going to go in and turn the water on at the well. So I'll be back. You let me know if that is spraying all over the place. And if you feel free to talk to the chickens if you like. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully the chickens kept you entertained. I don't see any leaks so far. Let's see if I got it. Okay, I have water. It's not leaking here, but the water coming out isn't coming out very fast. So I either didn't get the valve turned on all the way, or when I turned the line in the ground, it's not leaking. Otherwise you'd see it bubbling up around the pipe. But let's try messing with it a little bit. Maybe the valve just isn't opening up far enough in the ground. Maybe we'll get lucky here. There we go. Now we'll shut off. go. Okay. This is the fun part, I guess. See if I can get that pushed back in now to shut the water off. There we go. It's going to seal. All right. Now let's see if I can turn it on and off if I got it right. Okay. All right. If it was broken or leaking at the valve in the ground, you'd see water coming up, you know, right here. And there's, by now we would have had something bubbling out of the ground if it was a bad break. I don't know. So. Okay, now let's see if this water line works. This is a heated hose, but it has not been plugged in, so I don't know if it's, I wouldn't think it would be froze, but we'll see. But tighten that up good on it. Okay, now let's go and see where this ends up. It's not leaking there. Yeah, it's got a drip, I guess. It's windy and noisy out here. These guys will be happy. We'll clean this tub out. And they'll have good fresh water every day now. Well, this project is done. It's not spraying out the floor, so it's not coming up around the fitting in the ground. It's not leaking around the rod coming out the valve head here. So we'll call this project a success. Turn the